Hey guys, I wanted to show you how to do your tire rebate kind of the fast way, helping you use it through Excel so you don't have to look through PDA one by one. You can kind of do them all in one swoop here. So one of the things, the very first thing that you want to do is you're going to want to download your list from the Tire Center. So obviously you should all know what this looks like. In here there's a section that says Certified Pre-Owned Tires. Go ahead and select that. It gives you this. Go ahead and save it to somewhere where you know. Let's save it to our desktop, uh, and we'll hit save. The next step that we need to do, because you guys are used to looking at this and hurting your eyes and printing to this, we want to convert that to Excel. So we very easily can do that. I have what you want to do is if you have Adobe Pro, you have all the tools here that you can convert things over. If not, I have a username that you guys can use. You basically log in and it basically does all the same stuff. So the first thing we want to do is we want to edit this form to convert everything we do and export the file to an Excel format. So what I do here, actually a rich text format. If you do it here. If you do the Excel format, what ends up happening, it doesn't really do it the right way. It kind of merges, and we need to have the cells kind of, it's processing the files. The cells need to kind of single the cells out. If you do it that, actually it works. So I'm lying. Let's go ahead and do it this way. So sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just jumbles it into one cell and it doesn't work. So if you guys have known me, I kind of go really quick with the formatting. I hit the top corner right here with the little green button to select all the cells. I double click it here, and what I'll do is I'll actually make the format from 5 to something a little bit more legible, which is 12. I'll click this here. I'll double click in between the numbers, and that kind of spreads everything out for us, so that I don't. Really, all I need is the part numbers, so I will go ahead and select everything else except for the part numbers because that's all I need, and I will delete all that. Let's delete. And then it kind of auto converts everything, and then I will delete the top one, and then what I do is I'll take this and I will sort it from A to Z, um, and then I will delete everything that is not a part number. So let's go down here. You should have more at the bottom because you don't need those here. So we'll delete those here. Okay. And then what I like to do is I am going to use the formatting here isn't the best. So in order for it to compare apples to apples, everything has to be identical. You have to enter the dashes. So I will select the A column again, and I'll right click and I'll hit Format Cells. From the Format Cells, I hit the Custom function, and then I type how we're used to seeing the buttons with 00-0. See how it's adding 0-0 000-000. See how the part number now looks like a part number. If I hit OK, it converts everything so it has the dashes. I will copy that. The reason I want to copy that is because if you look at the cell right here, just because this is what it looks like, it doesn't mean that's what it sells. So we got to make sure we convert everything so that it looks like. So you just got to do one special thing. It's just copy, take your word. It seems like you're not doing anything, but you are. Let's go ahead and snap this. I will right click, I will paste my values, I'll hit Control A, I will hit copy, and then I will go back and I'll hit another tab just so I don't get confused, and I will paste my tabs there. Double click here, and so I got all my part numbers there. So I will go ahead and delete that. I don't need that table tab, so I have my other tab. You saw I just went down there and I hit delete the other one, and I want to keep this one. See here now, if you look at the cells, they have the dashes in there, which is how ADP does their thing. So what I like to do here is I will hit rebate, so that I know I can go ahead and claim these. These are ones that I want to claim. I'll right click here. And then I will go ahead and save this this Excel, and I'll click it. So the next thing I want to do is I can close that off, I won't need that anymore, is get my sheet from basically the DMS. So we have RPX. We usually have them, all the managers pretty much know, so if you're not a manager, ask your boss there and he should tell you which one. We like to use LR Tires Build Out here at Weatherford, so San Rafael, I think, has a similar one, and so does Concord. We'll go ahead and run this, and we'll do, let's say we're doing January, so we'll do 01-16 to 01.26.16. So I'll do everything from through the month. It'll create me a report, and we'll call it tires, January tire rebate, or whatever you want to call it. Of course, it's taking a bit right now. Once you do this, basically what you're going to do, and we'll do the Excel, we'll hit OK, and it'll pop up over here. It says, where do you want to save it? We'll save it on the desktop, and let's call it January Tire Rebate. You can call it whatever you want. So when you create it, it'll create a new tab over here, and there it is. And it brings it up. So basically what we have to do now is we have to, I can open up my next one and I'll split them, is I have to copy these all on one spreadsheet to make things a lot easier. What we'll do here is I will most likely, what I'll do is I'll take my A, I'll hit A, Shift B, and I will go ahead and hit copy, and then I'll go here and I'll hit the plus sign, and I'll create a new sheet, and then I'll paste my values there. Double click here, double click there, kind of evens everything out. One thing we want to do here, and now that we're done with that, we really don't need that anymore. So what we want to do is we want to filter out here everything that is not a repair order. So you can see that usually for Weatherford, all the repair orders or don't have any service advisors attached to it. So that's the easy way for you to figure out that those ones. I'll right click and I'll hit delete, and it'll basically shift everything else up. So right here I pretty much see that these are all ones that we've done through January. And what I'll do is I will right click here and I will insert another row, and this row is where our formula is going to be. But before we do our formula, what I want to do is I want to select A through B, and then I hit Control Shift down, and it takes me all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to go up to the cell right here, and we'll just call it rebate, right? So what that does is you're basically defining the cell. I'm not going to go into what that means, but basically if you go right here and you hit rebate, it reselects all those cells. That's just the easier way to do things here, so we can create our formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a formula that says equals VLOOKUP, right? So once you hit VLO, you hit tab, and then you're basically starting the lookup value. So it says, what is the lookup value? Well, the lookup value you want to do is this cell. And then it says, then when we want to say, okay, we're done with that statement, we'll hit comma, and it says, well, what is the table array? The table array is that defined table that we already made. So if we hit rebate right there, it already comes up. So I'll hit tab again, and then I'll hit the comma, and then it says column index. So let me back up on that really quick. So what the column index is it's saying if this is our rebate, this is our column, so we hit rebate. The column index is saying what column do you want me to bring back a result? This is column A, so this would be 1. This is column B, so this is be 2. So if we go back to our formula here, we'll hit equals VLOOKUP tab. Our lookup value is going to be this because that's what we want to find, comma. We'll hit rebate, tab, comma, and it says, what's the column index? Well, we want it to say number 2, right? And when we do that, and then we close the parentheses, so shift 0, and then we hit enter. So now what happens is it creates a formula that's saying, if this part number is on this list, which this list came from our Tire Rebate, then I want you to hit rebate right here. So now what makes that good is it takes all the guesswork out, and we just double click that cell. If you hit, I'll hit right here again, if you hit the cell, you see this little green box right here, and double click on that green box. It basically puts the things that you want to do a rebate and what you don't want to do a rebate. So you guys know how I love my data and I love my filter button. I'll click my filter and I will unselect everything that says NA. So basically what we have here is these are all repair orders that can be claimed through Dealer Tire. You can go to your Dealer Tire website now. Obviously, you'll still have to do a couple of other things, but what this does is this helps you so you know that you definitely need to claim these. You go to your rebate portion where you go to do your tire rebate form, you'll have your repair order number. Unfortunately, you still have to bring up